entitled Remembering is Everything. Remembering is everything. And I'm going to talk about a couple of different things and also going to discuss what inspired me to talk about this. What inspired me to talk about, I actually did a short on it. It was Taraji P. Henson. Some of you may know who is a famous actress. She was on that show Empire and along with so many different shows. She is also, many people may or may not know, she also spearheads an organization that helps people with trauma, anxiety. She's doing phenomenal work. So I saw a clip of a speech that she recently made during, it was a commencement speech for Spelman, where she was discussing how this South African tribe, I don't remember what the name of the tribe is. It's a South African tribe, how they handle trauma within their community. And I was just like so amazed by it. And it prompted me to think about the way we do things, the way we handle our relationships with people, specifically how quickly we tend to forget. And I say we, all of us, how quickly we tend to forget when someone does a good deed, how quickly it almost seems like, something that someone does, a misunderstanding, and that's what I'm going to call it, right? How oftentimes the good deed oftentimes is forgotten and it's replaced by, these thoughts. Okay, so stay with me. So during this speech, Taraji was talking about how this South African tribe, and again, I don't remember their name, right? Speaking of remembering, I will get that name for you, and I don't remember how to spell it. And that's one thing I have to stop saying is I don't remember. Let's start there, right? As it's happening, right? I am working on remembering. Okay, that's one thing we definitely get to do is work on our speech. Okay, and you see, I'm included. I'm not exempt from that. So the name of the African tribe I will get for you. And just as I'm speaking, it definitely takes a lot more work to remember than it does not to remember. Like you realize how often we say, oh, I don't remember this, I don't remember that. And we're trying to remember stuff. And so one thing we get to do is definitely change our speech. Instead of saying, I don't remember, say, I will X, Y, and Z, or I will remember. It takes more work. It definitely takes more action. So back to what I was saying about the speech that Taraji P. Henson was providing. She was saying that within this tribe, when someone does something in the community, they sit them down. Okay, they sit that person down within a community circle. They form a circle around the individual, and in that circle, they utter words of affirmations, positive affirmations to the person. Because the point is, and they spend 2 days. They spend 2 days uttering words, positive words of affirmation to the person to remind them of who they are. Because within that community, it is believed that the reason why oftentimes we do things that, like we commit various acts of da 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 da, whatever it may be, it is because we have forgotten who we are. According to this tribe, the reason why we do certain things is because oftentimes in our path to searching for happiness, to, we're so busy looking for what makes us happy. And we so oftentimes what happens is we forget. Okay, we forget who we are on our path. And so with this tribal ritual, It is a means of remembering. It is a means of the community coming together to remind that person who commits the act of truly who they are, to remind them of their divinity, to remind them that they are more than that act that they committed. And they spend 2 days doing this. It's a whole ritual. And they do this until the person, comes into alignment with their divinity, with their highest self. And I was just, when I heard that, I was just so amazed. Like, what an act of love. Like, truly, what an act of love. Like, how it's almost unfathomable. I think that's the word, because we handle things so differently in this society and in our Western European way of doing things. And I'm speaking for those who live in those societies. And I was just thinking, I was like, they're quick to send people to jail. They're quick to send people to jail, lock them up. And that's like that's more on a societal level. I also thought about it on a personal level, and how a lot of us have these relationships that we call relationships that we say we value. And so many times we're so quick to attribute some negative thing to why someone does something, instead of saying, oh, okay, they just had a bad day, or they just forgot who they are, or they forgot da 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 da. Like, instead of actually, dealing with situations with those closest to us with compassion, a lot of times we are so quick to forget the acts of kindness that people have done with one thing. It's almost like that one thing erases everything. That one thing that person does can essentially erase every good thing that they've done. And that just seems to be that kind of society we live in. And it also seems to be a society that more so promotes forgetting. Okay? Forgetting who we are, forgetting forgetting love, forgetting like positive vibrational energies. Like, it seems to be one that focuses or thrives on forgetting. Like, if you really think about it, when living in societies that are more industrial, I would say, like, you really have to put in a lot of effort to even remember to take care of you. It's such a situation where, we value the hustle and bustle. Like, if someone were to dare to be sitting down and doing nothing, right, for like 10 minutes, we would judge that person. And not all of us, some of us would. It's a society that really tries, and I'm not sure if it's intentional. I think some aspect of it is intentional. Like, you're supposed to be so busy to the point where you don't even remember to take care of you. You're supposed to be that busy. Like, busy equals productive. Productive equals, okay, you're doing something with your life, you're making money, da da da. Like, you're not even really supposed to remember to eat, remember to take care of yourself. Like, that truly is our idea of someone who's successful. And a lot of times we attribute these negative vibes or words to someone that just doesn't seem to be busy enough. And you know what else? And this, actually, some of you will definitely relate to this. If you're someone who work for yourself, you'll have people judge you and deem that you're not working. They'll be like, oh, so and so can do it. They don't have a job. If you're working for someone, if you're put in a condition where you have no time for yourself and you don't even love what you do. I mean, there are cases where a lot of people work for folks and they like what they do. Yet, what I tend to find is that if you're someone who worked for yourself, people outside, the outside world will deem that, oh, you're not doing anything. Let her do it. Let him do it. He ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got no job. Why? Because you're not locked into a schedule where someone, it literally holds grasp of your time. And that's the kind of thing that our society values. It values that constriction. It doesn't, as much as we'd like to say we value freedom, the funny thing